Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alante, and I am reading The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman by Shahrazad Ali. If you want to know what's in the book, but you don't want to buy it, I got you. I have a good chunk highlighted. I have read chapters 1 through 12 already, and we are now on chapter 13, Education and Career. There's not many more to go. There's only 18 chapters, and the 18th chapter is the conclusion. So we're on chapter 13. We've been chugging right along. Thank you guys for rocking with me and, giving me your input, your insight, your thoughts, your opinions, the whole nine. So let's get the conversation started. All right, chapter 13. Education and career. The so-called professional black woman is a wonder to behold. She loves her job and the public acclaim it affords her. She is a workaholic when challenged by her boss to complete certain tasks. Her main focus is to achieve the highest possible title in her field and to make the most money doing so. She also hopes to be considered the best dressed employee ever. She will spend humongous sums of money on clothes so she can look more prosperous than she is. She is so selfish and self-centered, she believes that her coworkers count her outfits and by doing so can tell what she has. So she puts forth a great effort to make sure that they think she has a ton of clothes. She is exceptionally proud of her alma mater and prides herself on getting a full college education that qualifies her for special jobs. She learned a lot of her nonsense about the black woman's place from her formal education. Or should it be called miseducation? She is seen to adjust her values and demeanor to fit in and get along on her job. All of the on-the-job principles that white Americans adhere to are accepted by her, and she tries to live up to them also. She will come home bragging about her accomplishments on the job, or about her great boss and what a fantastic man he is, or that she spent such and such on a present for her boss, or my boss is taking me out to dinner. Unlike any other species, the black female rejects her natural mate and offspring to cling to the culture of others in the name of holding down a job. She reminds the black man of his perceived financial shortcomings by saying,
"You know we need the money."
She doesn't know that the black man doesn't mind her earning a high salary. It doesn't really make him feel less of a man. And he doesn't really feel like a need to compete with her. It's just that she can't handle herself. She is the one who becomes uncomfortable about how much money she earns, especially if it's more than her man. Nevertheless, she parades around claiming that she wishes she could find a man who is not intimidated by her high salary and corporate image. Her equation that money equals power in her relationship with the black man is unfounded. Yet she thinks money is the measure of who is in charge of making decisions in the home. The black man is supposed to be the boss in his home, and it has nothing to do with who makes the most money. The black woman belongs to the black man, and everything she owns also belongs to him. If a black woman nags the black man about not making enough money or expounds daily about how he should have more ambition, he will surely seek out another mate who accepts him without consulting his wallet. The black woman mistakenly thinks that if she nags the black man long enough, or stays mad at him long enough, or refuses his affections long enough, that it will make him give in and submit to her ideas. Instead, it runs him away and he is outside looking for peace of mind. This peace of mind may come in the form of another woman, drugs, alcohol, or other normal perversions, of which there are plenty. She wants him to suffer if she is displeased with him in any way. She will withhold the peace until she is satisfied he has been punished enough and has learned his lesson. Well, not exactly his lesson, but her lesson. If she attends a party at work, she often uses another voice, laughs at jokes or incidents which are not funny to blacks, and is chummy with her coworkers. On some jobs, the black woman is still subject to be pinched, patted on the behind, touched in a familiar way, and fondled at will by her boss or bosses. The black woman sometimes accepts this kind of disrespectful action because she wants to keep her job, and she thinks that if she does not go along with the touching and the patting, she will be fired, and she will in most cases. If the black man should get wind of a report that the black woman is being offended physically by her boss, he should demand that she quit the job. No job is so important that the black woman exchanges her dignity for a few dollars more. Black men should question their women, their sisters, and their mothers to make sure that they are not being disrespected on the job. Office romances of all kinds are apt to surface if she's spending several hours a day with another man other than her own. If a man and woman spend extensive time together and develop intimate communications from the close proximity they are working in daily or nightly, the black man should be aware that nature will take its course. Unless the two workers are totally repulsed by each other, the potential for an affair is present. If she must work outside the home, and many black women have talents that others can benefit from, the black man should make sure that the environment is safe. Safe from sexual harassment and safe from overly close involvement with other men. The black woman romanticizes a lot, and she is not above comparing her boss or co-worker to her man at home and deciding that the former has more to offer her or that they have more in common. Things are seemingly moving so fast, she no longer has time to examine her motivations or actions. She looks about her and sees what's going on with others and believes she must match the tempo of their pace if she wants to achieve. She is constantly concerned about what they think. She is constantly concerned about what they will think about how she dresses, how she looks, what she has, and who her man is. She feels more alone today than she ever has before. The media have set up such a bad and unwholesome picture of the black man that she is often embarrassed to even be associated with a black man who is not wearing a suit or carrying a briefcase. In fact, if a so-called intelligent, attractive, successfully employed black woman dates or becomes genuinely interested in a black man who her friends consider to be below her social status, her friends will criticize her and remind her that she should be with a doctor or a lawyer. Black women think that they are too good for some black men, when in effect, it is the direct opposite. Some black men are too good to have to put up with some of the funky dispositions of today's black women. Her Harvard degree or office door nameplate has no place in her personal affairs with her man. It has no value there. The only place her training or education has any value is on her job. This is not to say that the black woman should be kept down on the farm rooting potatoes. Certainly, she should be educated in intelligence, courteousness, cleanliness, cheerfulness, and dependability. She has several survival cushions at her disposal not readily available to the black man. If she is single, she can sometimes easily move in with a girlfriend, move back home, or with another relative. If she has children and falls on hard times, she can get welfare, food stamps, medical care, and a place to live. She can get all these benefits sick or well, no matter what her age, and she can get them literally for as long as she likes. The black man is in no such position. If he falls upon hard times, it is difficult, if not impossible, for him to find a place where he is welcome to live with no money. Males do not readily take each other in as women do. Black women also do not take in a black man who cannot pull his own weight financially. If he has had relationships with several women who he remains in contact with, sometimes he can live with them for a short while before they become impatient with his displacement and start making snide remarks about him being out of work. His other options is to try to move back home, if he has relatives, or to become homeless and live in a shelter or on the street, as many black men do. He certainly cannot move back home as readily as a black woman. His mother, a black woman, eventually feels the same way as other black women. He should get out and get a job, any job, as long as he makes some money, and he should get out and get him a woman, or he should just get out, period. Black women give no consideration to the jobless rate of black men and boys in general. He is expected to suffer any kind of insults or vile treatment as long as he makes some money. Any complaints he makes about why he quit a job or refused to take one are considered to be lame excuses for laziness. She has never been a black man in a white society. She has no concept of what it's like. If she lets him move in with her or continue to live with her when he loses his job or quits his job, it's not long before she makes him feel like he is the lowest creature in a swamp, as if the sum total of his self-worth is based on the dollar. This is another contradiction because she claims she wants the black man home with her, but only when she's there and only if he gives up some money. She takes the lessons of the whore. If a man sleeps with her, he owes her money for the privilege. No romance without finance, or you have to pay to play are her slogans. If the man she is interested in does not have the education that equals hers, he must be at least a self-made man and have a business or inherited money, or drug money, or other. But he must have some money to make up for his scholastic ignorance, or the potential to be taught a little class according to her idea. She expects the uneducated black man to be extra special in bed. He must be able to do something that she can use as an explanation to her friends about why she is with him. She does not think of telling him that she loves him for him being himself, or for his values, or because he loves her and treats her well. When not working at all, everything he says is examined with suspicion because she thinks if he is not working, his opinion and authority is invalidated and void until he gets another job. No job, no respect. She may even lose interest in him sexually because she claims she can't get her mind off of the bills. When he is not working or paying her in some way, she thinks she is providing sex for free. Broadening the spectrum, if the black man quits or gets fired from his good job, the black woman panics more than he does. Her financial security is easily shaken because she can't bear the thought that she might have to change her style of living or give up a few of her material things, and God forbid the neighbors from finding out. She becomes convinced that if he got fired, he must have done something wrong, and whatever happened, he should have preserved his job. Many black men never stop looking for the opening by which they can escape a job owned by someone else and own one of his own. His woman may or may not help him in his quest to go for self. And if he should fail, and some ideas do fail, she lets him know that he should have known that it wouldn't work in the first place. If she really does not like his new business venture idea, she will withhold her help. The problems the black woman presents the black man with regarding her behavior in the workforce, or how she acts when she works on the same job as he does, or how she demonstrates her fierce competitive aura, makes for bad vibes between them. He is sick and tired of all the women's lib boldness and fed up with her aggressive actions. The black man has responded to the black woman's aggression in the workforce by retaliating the following ways. 1. He stays away from her. 2. He keeps his contact superficial and platonic. 3. He does not voluntarily help her financially. 4. He has turned to the white woman and the oriental woman for love. 5. He declines and ducks marriage. 6. He does not make full emotional commitment. 7. He does not share his ideas with her. 8. He becomes bitter towards all women in general. 9. In many cases, he withdraws from her in bed. And 10. He does not plan on a future that includes her. The black woman has misplaced the notion that she can treat the black man any way that she pleases and that he has to take it if he wants the sex. The black woman is convinced that she must go for self and achieve her own personal goals. She will fully compete with the black man to prove her superiority and flaunts among the society, bellowing her achievements. Professional gain has taken precedence over her male relationship. The black man does not have any special worth to her. He is just another opponent who persists in getting in her way as she mounts the glistening rungs of the corporate ladder. She believes she can outdo the black man in every category and takes pride in being labeled as a tough bitch on the job. And she takes special pleasure in her ever-ending plight to prove her equality with the black man, the white woman, and the white man. She feels inadequate to all three groups and is often compelled to achieve higher pay and higher recognition as a defense mechanism. All of this is not to say that a black woman should not work outside of the home, but a job does promote the idea of independence and separation, especially in the brass-laden, carpeted corridors of the corporate world. If working outside of the home interferes with child rearing, taking care of her husband, and attending to the house, the black woman should only work part-time or quit the job altogether. Yes, it is a sacrifice, but it is a major way to put the black man back in the spot of the head of the house and breadwinner. The black man should assess the situation and decide how he wants to live and whether or not her financial contribution is worth he and the children giving up what they need from a wife and mother in his home. If he approves of her working, then he should cooperate with her in maintaining the home and taking care of the children. It does not have to be 50-50, but he should help. On the issue of the black woman working overtime, please know that black women want to please their bosses. Obviously, to do this, she must neglect other areas of her life that require care and maintenance. Cooking dinner and cleaning the house, spending time with her man often go lacking due to her hectic overtime schedule. No black woman should become dedicated to her job or so-called career if it requires her to neglect her family. As priorities stressed, mealtime is a very important event in the black household. All schedules should be adjusted whenever possible to allow for mealtime congregating of the family members. Under no circumstances should the black man and his children have to eat junk food or scuffle around the kitchen on their own just so the Black woman can work overtime on someone else's job. Her first job and her first responsibility is to her man and her family. Small children especially need their mother home with them in the evening and the weekends. Of course, it is impossible to maintain the schedule every weekend, but at least once a month, the family should participate in a group activity for communal enjoyment. And yes, she will rebel against the Black man, informing her that she needs to cut her overtime down. It is also wise at this time that he asks her what she intends to do with the extra money she's earning. That's chapter 13. What do you guys think? I feel like, I mean, being a boss is a lot of women's goals right now. Being a boss. I think, like she said, it's a defense mechanism. It's a way to feel like you don't need anybody. It's like a trauma response, I feel, almost, because, you know, counting on other people, depending on other people, that is the hard thing to do. Being alone and worrying about self, that is the easier route, I would say. So I think now in our generations, as they've developed over since this book has been written, just want to take the easy route out. And that has contributed to a lot of loneliness and separation in our community. But what do y'all think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. The next chapter, I'm about to read it right now because it's another short one, is Attitudes, chapter 14. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.